I'm Jolene, the conference reporter here at Kells in Seattle at NASAGA 2015. And I'm with Mark, and I'm just learning about Mark. And so, Mark, what you're going to do is you're going to tell us about the adventure tonight that you help with. So Geoteaming does these adventures. And actually, why don't you tell us about it? You were invited to be a guest designer for it?
Basically, yeah,
for
the conference.
So tell us in short form what that means.
So basically, Geoteaming does location-based games. So there's a bunch of different missions that are all based off of a location. Go to this street corner or something and take a photo of yourself while answering some trivia question or something like that, based off of that, whatever location that is. So one might be the Seattle Art Museum, or one might be Seattle Public Library, or whatever, right? And then you have to do something specific to that location to meet the challenge of the mission. So I was invited basically to design a game for this conference, NASAGA, and that happens in downtown Seattle. That's similar to these other basically games that they design. My take on it was I wanted it to be to feel like a narrative and a story.
Narrative.
Yeah. And actually, so Melissa, who's sitting right next to me, designed a game that is played throughout the whole week of the conference, and I'm just in charge of this game that's happening tonight, 2 hours.
It's okay, and it's not just, it's something, Mark.
Yes, but so she had a storyline going on in her game, and so I sort of rolled my game into her game as well. So the whole story is there's a secret society of coffee aficionados and Soka, and the game for tonight is basically a challenge given to these new recruits who were trying to see if they can pass the muster to be initiated into our secret society of coffee aficionados. And so the game is, you have to go to these locations and prove that you can do this challenge. But then certain things unlock information. So there's like a secret code that they have to break, basically, which basically includes the location of this restaurant, so they know where to end up and get their food and everything at the end of the evening. So.
Nice, you've got that coffee buzz going. Very cool. And I have one more question for you. So, why are you here? Like, what do you do, and how come you use the word scaffold?
I am a professor of games and learning. I teach at multiple universities. So I'm an adjunct professor. I teach at Pepperdine University. I teach at UW-Bothell sometimes. I'm also a game designer. I used to work for OMSI. I did game design and webmastered for them. OMSI, Oregon Museum of Science and Industry in Portland. And basically, so I have an affinity for games already, right? And then last year was my first year going to NASAGA in Baltimore. I'm a Seattle native. When I heard that it was here in Seattle, I basically told John, hey, I can volunteer and help out because I'm here anyways, right? And so he totally picked me up on it. And so, and it's been great. And the reason why I wanted to do that was just, this conference is unlike any other conference. Seriously, it's this weird mix of academia and corporate, which sometimes I don't know how to feel about that. But then other times it's totally awesome because we basically play games the whole week and we geek out on just having fun and trying to learn from each other in a very sort of active way, whereas most academic conferences are really dry and often boring. Like, you don't ever even go to sessions because they're so boring, and you just hang out with people who've become your colleagues over the years. But this one, I actually, like going to the sessions because you actually get to, in most cases, play a game that someone has designed and then hear a debrief of that game and everything. It's